You have been taught that relentless effort alone brings success. The Stoics reveal a different path. Calm mastery, deliberate action, and inner alignment create results that endure and attract naturally. 1. Detached desire. Desire is natural, yet mismanaged desire creates tension and resistance. The more desperately a person wants something, the less likely it is to materialize. The Stoics observed that attachment to outcomes produces anxiety, blocks perception, and reduces effectiveness. Epictetus, a philosopher who rose from slavery to prominence, emphasized that true wealth is not in possessions, but in having few wants. When a person needs something, desperation arises. When a person wants something lightly, with equanimity, clarity and magnetism emerge. Those who attract opportunities effortlessly often act with composure. They pursue goals intentionally while remaining calm, regardless of outcomes. Their energy signals readiness, not neediness. This creates a magnetic effect that draws people, circumstances, and resources aligned with their objectives. The Stoics described this approach as preferred indifference. One may prefer success, love, or abundance, yet inner peace does not depend on acquiring them. Happiness is maintained independently of external circumstances. This distinction is critical. Attachment is a form of resistance, while detached desire creates flow. Practical exercises for developing detached desire include: visualize a desired outcome clearly, then affirm, "I desire this result, and I act intentionally toward it. I remain at peace if it does not occur." Identify moments when attachment to outcomes caused stress or ineffective action. Reflect on alternative approaches that maintain composure. Observe individuals who attract opportunities naturally. Note their calm composure and non-desperate energy. Seek to emulate their balance of intention and detachment. Detached desire does not mean abandoning goals. It means approaching goals with wisdom and clarity, reducing unnecessary tension, and aligning energy with effective action. By practicing detached desire consistently, one strengthens focus, enhances decision-making, and becomes open to opportunities that may have been invisible to a stressed or anxious mind. It allows the universe to respond to readiness rather than desperation. 2. Present moment magnetism. Most people live with their minds elsewhere. They dwell on past mistakes or anxiously anticipate the future. Yet all meaningful action occurs in the present moment. Opportunities emerge only when attention is fully applied here and now. Seneca, one of the most influential Stoics, wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This is not merely a philosophical statement. It is a practical principle for effective decision-making, manifestation, and personal influence. Being fully present aligns mental, emotional, and physical energy. When the mind is scattered, perception is clouded, and important cues are missed. A subtle comment in conversation, a small change in routine, or an unexpected observation may hold the key to new opportunities. A distracted mind rarely notices such openings. Presence is not simply awareness, it carries energy. Individuals who operate from the present moment radiate composure, confidence, and focus. Their calm energy attracts collaboration, attention, and opportunities. People respond favorably to those who are fully engaged and grounded. Practical exercises to cultivate present moment magnetism include: focus on your breath. Observe each inhalation and exhalation to anchor your mind in the present. Identify 3 things you can see, hear, or feel in the current environment. Fully engage in daily tasks, whether simple or complex, without multitasking or distraction. During conversations, maintain attentive eye contact and listen actively. Avoid anticipating responses or formulating replies before the other person finishes speaking. Presence enhances clarity of thought and effectiveness of action. It increases intuition, helping one recognize opportunities that are invisible to a distracted mind. The paradox of presence is that by focusing on the present, one often produces a better future. Actions taken with full attention are more efficient and effective. Energy is not wasted on regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. The mind and body operate as a unified system, aligned with purpose. By practicing present-moment magnetism consistently, one becomes more perceptive, more influential, and more effective in all areas of life. Awareness of the now allows a person to act with precision, engage fully with others, and seize opportunities as they arise. 3. Accepted resistance. Obstacles are an unavoidable part of life. Challenges will arise, regardless of planning or intention. The Stoics recognized that resistance is not a disruption, but a natural and necessary component of growth. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, faced plagues, wars, and betrayal. Yet he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Resistance, when approached correctly, transforms into a catalyst for development rather than a barrier. Most people react to obstacles with frustration, anger, or despair. They perceive challenges as unfair or as interference with their goals. This perspective creates additional resistance and blocks progress. By contrast, those who accept obstacles as inherent to the process maintain composure, focus, and effectiveness. The Stoics treated resistance as instruction. Just as friction refines metal, difficulties shape character, skill, and insight. Each obstacle provides an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling subsequent challenges. Practical exercises for mastering accepted resistance include, when encountering a challenge, pause and ask, "How is this serving my highest good?" Reflect on past difficulties and identify how each ultimately contributed to growth or new opportunities. Reframe obstacles as invitations to develop skill, patience, or resilience. Consider natural metaphors. Water encounters rocks in a river. It does not fight or resist the stones. Instead, it flows around them, shaping the landscape over time. Similarly, when one approaches resistance with acceptance, energy is preserved for constructive action rather than wasted in futile struggle. Accepted resistance does not imply passivity. Action is still required, but it is deliberate, measured, and informed by wisdom. Impulsive reactions or forceful attempts to eliminate obstacles often produce new difficulties. By integrating the principle of accepted resistance, individuals transform challenges into stepping stones. Obstacles become opportunities to refine skill, deepen insight, and align actions with long-term objectives. The energy once spent on resistance is redirected toward adaptation, learning, and strategic progress. When faced with difficulties, one can affirm, "This challenge is an opportunity. I will learn from it and use it to strengthen my path." Acceptance allows the mind to remain calm, decisions to be clear, and actions to be effective, even in the presence of adversity. 4. Inner authority. True power begins within. Many individuals unconsciously give their authority to circumstances, other people, or external events. This habit diminishes clarity, reduces effectiveness, and weakens the capacity to manifest desired outcomes. The Stoics recognized that internal sovereignty is essential for purposeful action. Epictetus stated, "No one can hurt you without your permission." This principle extends beyond emotional resilience. It establishes the understanding that the locus of control is internal, not external. When a person relies on external validation for peace, confidence, or decision-making, energy is fragmented. Mood fluctuates based on other people's opinions, financial outcomes, or situational events. This creates instability and hinders strategic action. Reclaiming inner authority shifts the dynamic. A person who governs their inner state independently of external conditions maintains composure, clarity, and confidence. This internal stability enhances decision-making, improves interactions with others, and attracts opportunities naturally. Practical exercises for developing inner authority include: begin each day by checking in with your internal state. Ask, "How do I choose to feel?" regardless of external circumstances. Make decisions based on personal values, not social expectation or immediate gain. Affirm daily, "I am the author of my experience." My peace and joy are determined internally, not by outside forces. Individuals who cultivate inner authority operate from a position of strength rather than reaction. They are able to respond to challenges effectively rather than react impulsively to external pressures. This principle enhances manifestation because clarity and composure attract aligned outcomes. When one's internal state is stable, energy is directed toward meaningful action rather than scattered on coping with external fluctuations. Reclaiming inner authority does not imply indifference to outcomes. Instead, it separates well-being from dependency on results, allowing one to act with purpose, maintain focus, and navigate life effectively. By practicing inner authority consistently, individuals become self-reliant, resilient, and magnetically aligned with opportunities. Decisions are made from confidence, challenges are approached with clarity, and actions are executed with intention. Affirmation for practice. I am the authority in my life. External circumstances do not control my peace, focus, or direction. Strategic non-action. Action alone does not guarantee progress. Many individuals equate busyness with effectiveness, yet constant motion often results in wasted energy and scattered focus. The Stoics recognized the distinction between motion and meaningful progress. Lassus, a philosopher whose teachings influenced Stoic thought, stated, "The sage does not attempt anything very big and thus achieves greatness. Strategic non-action is the deliberate choice to refrain from unnecessary or premature effort. It is a form of disciplined patience that maximizes the effectiveness of action when it is taken. Frantic or forced activity is often a response to anxiety rather than a pathway to results. The culture of constant busyness fosters stress, distraction, and decision fatigue. Strategic non-action counters this tendency by promoting awareness, timing, and alignment with natural processes. Practical exercises for cultivating strategic non-action include: observe areas of life where excessive effort does not produce meaningful results. Identify where patience and timing could create better outcomes. Before acting, ask, is this the right moment for action, or would restraint yield greater benefit? Affirm, I have done what is necessary. I now allow the process to unfold according to its natural course. A clear analogy is a master chess player. They do not move pieces simply to be active. They wait for the optimal moment to act, observing the board and anticipating consequences. Patience, observation, and strategic restraint create power. Strategic non-action is not passivity. It is informed choice. It ensures that energy is conserved for meaningful effort, rather than dissipated in futile or misaligned activity. When applied consistently, this principle enhances efficiency, clarity, and effectiveness. By practicing strategic non-action, one learns to distinguish between urgent motion and necessary action. The universe operates according to patterns and timing beyond immediate perception. When one allows these processes to unfold without interference, outcomes are often superior to those produced through constant force. Affirmation for practice. I act with purpose and patience. I trust the timing and sequence of life to achieve optimal results. 6. Gratitude as a manifesting force. Gratitude is more than polite acknowledgement or fleeting positivity. The Stoics recognized it as a powerful principle for aligning energy and attracting abundance. Marcus Aurelius observed human imperfection, yet consistently focused on what could be appreciated, understanding that perception shapes reality. When individuals cultivate genuine gratitude, they shift from operating under scarcity to operating from a mindset of abundance. Attention is directed toward existing resources, opportunities, and relationships rather than perceived lack. This energy creates a magnetic field, attracting circumstances and people aligned with desired outcomes. Practical exercises to develop gratitude include: each morning, identify 3 specific elements of your life for which you are genuinely grateful. Include relationships, health, resources, and daily experiences. Each evening, reflect on lessons learned, challenges overcome, and successes achieved. Recognize the contribution of difficulties to personal growth. Express appreciation to others for meaningful actions, support or interactions, regardless of scale. Gratitude transforms perception. It allows the mind to focus on opportunity rather than deficiency. Instead of sending signals of need, one radiates energy of fullness and capability. This attracts similar energy from the environment and the people encountered daily. True Stoic gratitude does not deny reality. Challenges, failures, and imperfections are acknowledged as part of life's process, yet the focus remains on lessons, growth, and the potential embedded in each situation. Appreciating obstacles, in addition to blessings, cultivates resilience and perspective. By consistently practicing gratitude, individuals enhance receptivity, align with opportunities, and strengthen their ability to manifest outcomes. Energy is directed toward constructive action, rather than frustration or complaint. Affirmation for practice. I am grateful for what I have. I acknowledge abundance, and I attract more through appreciation and awareness. 7. Emotional sovereignty. Emotions are not events that happen to a person. They are responses that can be consciously observed, understood, and directed. Most people unknowingly surrender control of their emotional state to external circumstances, other individuals, or unpredictable events. This diminishes clarity, weakens decision-making, and reduces the ability to manifest desired outcomes. Seneca taught, "Every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks the truth turns from the new and unknown to the eternal and divine." Emotional sovereignty is the practice of recognizing emotions as information and energy, rather than allowing them to dictate actions or outcomes. Two individuals may experience the same event. One becomes overwhelmed, reactive, or despondent. The other observes, processes the emotion, and uses the energy to respond constructively. The difference lies not in circumstances, but in mastery of emotional energy. Practical exercises for cultivating emotional sovereignty include: pause when a strong emotion arises, identify it and reflect on its source. Ask, what is this emotion trying to communicate? How can I use this energy constructively? Decide consciously how long to remain in a particular emotional state and what actions will be taken in alignment with values and goals. Emotional sovereignty does not imply suppression or denial of feelings. Negative emotions such as anger, fear, or sadness are acknowledged fully. They are observed, understood, and transformed into insights or productive energy. When emotions are managed effectively, they become a source of creative power. Calm, regulated emotional energy enhances perception, attracts aligned opportunities, and supports deliberate action. Individuals practicing emotional sovereignty become resilient, composed, and magnetic in their personal and professional lives. Affirmation for practice. My emotions exist, but they do not control me. I observe, understand, and direct my emotional energy with purpose. 8. The philosophy of enough. Modern culture constantly conveys that more is required for happiness, success, or fulfillment. The Stoics identified a fundamentally different approach: the perception of enough. True contentment arises not from accumulation, but from the relationship to what is already possessed. Seneca, one of Rome's wealthiest men, observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." This insight emphasizes that desire without discernment produces dissatisfaction, regardless of external wealth or achievement. The philosophy of enough is not resignation or passivity. It does not require abandoning goals or aspirations. Rather, it encourages recognition that intrinsic fulfillment, gratitude, and contentment are available independent of external acquisition. Practical exercises to adopt the philosophy of enough include: conduct a mental inventory of all aspects of life that provide stability, fulfillment, or joy: health, relationships, knowledge, skills, and opportunities. Reflect daily on accomplishments and experiences, regardless of their scale. Appreciate progress made rather than focusing solely on what remains to be achieved. Affirm, I have enough. I am complete and capable with what I already possess. This mindset fosters abundance rather than scarcity. When one operates from a sense of enough, desperation diminishes and decisions are made from clarity and confidence. Energy is no longer expended in anxious striving, but directed toward meaningful and strategic action. Individuals embodying the philosophy of enough attract opportunities naturally. Their presence signals stability, wisdom, and alignment. Others are drawn to those who operate from a state of confidence rather than need. The philosophy of enough enhances manifestation by reducing tension and fostering receptivity. It allows one to act decisively and intentionally without the distraction of unfulfilled craving. Affirmation for practice. I am enough. I attract abundance because I operate from a place of completeness and clarity. 9. The courage of authentic expression. Authenticity is essential for effective manifestation. Living according to external expectations, suppressing thoughts or desires, or performing roles misaligned with one's true self generates internal resistance. This resistance obstructs clarity, focus, and the natural flow of opportunities. Marcus Aurelius reflected on the importance of integrity and self-direction. How much trouble avoids one who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does? The Stoics emphasized that personal alignment is more consequential than external approval. Authentic expression is not synonymous with disregard for others. It involves communicating honestly, acting in accordance with values, and pursuing objectives that genuinely align with one's purpose. It is the disciplined practice of being oneself consistently. Practical exercises for cultivating authentic expression include: identify areas of life where decisions are influenced by external pressure or expectation. Consider how choices could align more closely with personal values. Practice stating thoughts and intentions clearly, respectfully, and without pretense. Begin with small interactions before expanding to larger decisions. Affirm, I express myself authentically. My actions and words align with my values and purpose. When an individual acts authentically, energy is liberated. Time and attention are not consumed by pretense or performance. Opportunities that are aligned with personal purpose are naturally attracted, while misaligned situations are filtered out. Authenticity enhances relationships and influence. Others respond positively to clarity, integrity, and alignment. Authentic individuals build trust, credibility, and respect effortlessly, and are positioned to manifest outcomes that correspond with their true objectives. Living authentically requires courage. Some social disapproval or divergence from expectation may occur, yet the Stoic perspective recognizes this as preferable to internal compromise, which obstructs growth and limits potential. Affirmation for practice. I act in accordance with my values. I express my true self, and opportunities aligned with my purpose are naturally drawn to me. 10. Trust in divine timing. Timing is a critical, yet often overlooked component of effective action and manifestation. The Stoics emphasized that events unfold according to a rational order, and that attempting to force outcomes prematurely generates resistance and inefficiency. Marcus Aurelius wrote, accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. This principle recognizes that life operates within a broader context, often beyond immediate perception. Outcomes arise not on demand, but in alignment with natural and purposeful sequences. Impatience frequently undermines effort. By demanding results on a personal schedule, one creates tension, overlooks emerging opportunities, and may reject alternatives that are superior to anticipated outcomes. Trust in timing allows action to occur in alignment with circumstances, reducing wasted energy and increasing effectiveness. Practical exercises for cultivating trust in divine timing include: affirm daily, I act with intention and I release attachment to the timing of outcomes. Reflect on past successes that occurred unexpectedly or outside of initial plans. Recognize patterns in which patience and openness contributed to superior results. Practice patience actively. Complete your responsibilities thoroughly, then allow time for processes to unfold without interference or anxiety. Trusting divine timing does not imply passivity. One continues to act decisively and with purpose, but without forcing events. It is a balance of dedication to action and acceptance of natural sequences. By integrating trust in timing, individuals reduce unnecessary stress and enhance receptivity. Opportunities are more likely to appear when the mind is clear, energy is aligned, and expectations are not rigidly imposed on outcomes. Affirmation for practice. I act with purpose and patience. I trust that outcomes will unfold in the right time and manner.